Mr. Chairman and friends, I'm back in Wayne. I didn't know that. Things can be different in terms of how many Democrats we have on the council or the mayor's seat. Things can always be different. If you organize and you have an objective, you can get there. May not be quickly, depends. So I'm honored to be in Wayne. The only time I lost Wayne was in the first year that I ran against the Republican incumbent congressman. But I won Wayne every year after that, all 9 years. And I tried to be of help, whether it was flooding, whether it was the sites in the town, which were disasters environmentally, and tried to be of service to people day in and day out. And that has not changed. If you want to know anything about me, go on my Twitter. You'll find out where I stand. You'll never have a problem finding out where my position is. I think I've been pretty active in the 25 years I've been in the Congress of the United States. I never yield. I never go backwards, only forward. People want service. And people know what they want most of the time. So I'm thankful to be back in Wayne, New Jersey. A lot of friends up here, some relatives. It's a great town, not because I'm running, and I said that when I wasn't. You have a mayor who I know very well. He's a Republican. He's doing a great job. He loves the people that are here. I used to get in trouble because his mother used to vote for me. But it is a town of diversity, of diverse people. And it's on the move. It's not going backwards, it's going forwards. I just hope we can get more Democrats on the council or even in the mayor's position soon. You had a great mayor here who was a great friend of mine, Mr. Wax. He was a great mayor, got Democrat and Republican support. And that's what I've always ventured for. We get a lot of Republicans who vote for us as well. And they know where I stand. We're not here to rob from the rich and help the poor. That saying ain't going anywhere. We want tax fairness. And as you know, I've been a member since 2007 of the Tax Writing Committee in the House of Representatives, the Ways and Means Committee. New Jersey's only representative on that committee. And God knows we're taxed enough. Anytime you have a question about it, please call. I'll get back to you. And I want you to know I'm honored to represent Wayne again. That's if I get elected. In November, we're going to work hard. I never take anything for granted. In 25 years, I've served in the House of Representatives. I was very fortunate to be close companions with members of Congress who had an impact, not only on the Congress, but of the United States of America. People like John Lewis. John's favorite saying was, you get in a fight, you better mean it. And that's your job. So have fun kicking butt. And John did. He was probably the most influential person in the Congress since I've been there, to me personally. And unfortunately passed which is a horrible, horrible thing to even think about right now, just a few years ago. The second person I would say had a great influence on me was Bill Clinton, who told it like it was. And both of us had something in our own character, that is, we love to fight. And there's nothing wrong in that, as long as you don't want to hurt the other person too much. And I'm from Patterson, so I don't go home and have to listen to my own conscience tell me what the heck I'm supposed to be fighting for. I've seen that every day of my life. I'm very proud that I still live in Patterson, where I was born. It's a great town. It's got a lot of kick left. And some people say it's seen its better days. A lot of good people in Patterson. They got to have the confidence to do what should be done in the town. I served as its mayor for almost 2 terms, when 3/4 of the people didn't look like me. So if you could communicate, you say, well, if you communicate, how do you communicate? And that is, tell the truth. And then see what happens. Don't be afraid of the truth. Don't make it up. On January 6th, I was there in the Capitol. Patterson people don't yield. I stayed there. And then I went back to my office, which is in the Rayburn building. I went through the tunnels. And there were no subways running that night. And one of the police officers who I knew in the Capitol Police said, I don't think this is a good idea, Congressman. They have moved into most of the buildings on campus, as well as the Capitol. I was in the gallery, and I saw female congresswomen calling their families and saying, it's going to be all right, Dad will be there, any problems, talk to him. Like their last call. It shook me up. It shook me up. It was an attack on what we fought for 200 years. This is what we fought for. Our forefathers. What do you think it was about? Words written on a piece of paper? That's important too, the Constitution. My jacket, my car, I carry it with me all the time. It doesn't matter where I go. There's a lot at stake in this election. I'm sorry for those Republicans who've walked the walk and felt that they were walking the only walk and will not retreat. Nobody wants to say they made a mistake. I understand that very well. I'm off the streets of Patterson. I understand that. When you understand that, then you give somebody 1 inch or 2 inches. No more. But these people have talked to both sides of their mouths. And if you can't stand up to fight that, then you don't belong in the Congress. You're letting people down. You're giving them one image at home and another image when you're at work in the Congress. Our staff, I'll put up against any staff in the entire country. We don't tell people to get lost when they call and they're not in my congressional district. 15% of our business is with people out of the district who need help. You can't tell them to take a walk. So I'm glad I was a mayor before I was a congressman, because there's nowhere you hide when you're a mayor. You can't hide under the mayor's desk. You cannot hide in a back elevator, because they'll find you sooner or later. And of course, I was a brilliant mayor. I put my phone number in the book. I used to get calls 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, you remember me, Mayor? I need your help. I got to get out of jail. This was a common thing until my wife said, well, you have a choice. You could sleep on the front lawn in your bed, or we'll keep it in the house. We have a great country, the greatest in the world, the greatest. And I work for that government to help us, all of us. And if I can ever be, I'm not your congressman yet, Mikey, God bless her, a rising star in our party.
Yes!
But Mikey is a very special congresswoman. Remember, I was in Wayne when I campaigned for her.
My house.
In your house, that's right. Very special person. So I tell you and commit to you eyeball to eyeball that I'm going to do everything I can to make you proud of me. I promise myself. And I don't stop once I get started. As you know, back in 2017, when the former president took over, I was the first week that he was in office on his financial returns. I'm the one that started that with 18 different resolutions. If you believe in something, do something about it, and don't talk simply to your neighbors. And he's in a mess of trouble right now. And I can tell you right now, from what I know, and I don't know everything down here, obviously, but I can tell you that he is in so much trouble, it isn't funny. And criminal charges are on their way.
Amen. Yes!
Criminal charges. That's pretty serious. Pretty serious. But all you had to remember, that great talk that he had when he was telling the Secret Service that, you know what, don't check them, because they may have guns, but they're not out to hurt me. What about the rest of us? Police died. I saw them attacked right in front of my eyes. And they're happy about putting their arms around police officers. They're phonies. They're phonies. I am the director in the House of Representatives of all police issues. I've never cut a dime from any police program. So this stuff about the funding is an illusion. And any Democrat who believes in the funding should be thrown the hell out. Tell them I said so. But I'm telling you, people who talk through both sides of their mouths get caught sooner or later. So rest well. Many folks have told me over the last couple of years, what the hell has he got to do to get convicted of anything? Remember this difference between investigations by the Congress and prosecution. The Department of Justice has to speak, and we'll see what happens. Look, it's a hot day. Come to Washington, you want to see hot. Even when the temperature's 10 degrees outside, it's hot. And it's a shame that it got this way. Most of my bills have Republicans on it as in terms of co-sponsors. I have no problems dealing with other people. I did it when I was in the state legislature, and I did it when I was mayor. So it's one thing to talk about, it's another thing to do it. Thank you for being here today. Great band we heard. I'm sure they're local, are they?
School of Rock and Wayne.
That's right, they're in Wayne. What do you expect? There is diversity in Wayne, I know that. I see our freeholders here. How'd you do with the taxes for 4 or 5 years? You did a great job.
No
Both
raise.
of you guys. Both of you guys. You two, Duffy, you too. God bless you.
Is that the end of it?
Yeah. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I hope you invite me back to Wayne again, and I hope I meet your wishes. And it's going to be a ride. When you support me, it's going to be a ride. So hold on. Hold on to your hats. If I can stand here, I'm just getting over a fractured right foot and another accident with the 35 days. But you know, you keep going. You're not stupid, but you keep going. Thank you for coming to Wayne in your district, in your ward, and being with your neighbors. Regardless of where you live, that's what it's all about. God bless you. Thank you.
Let's have a big big applause for Congressman Bill Pascrell. Three little quick things, and then we're going to have some of our county commissioners come up. And I'm talking